Welcome back today for another episode of FD27, Direct Your Football Club in my Liverpool save. So we're going to pick up where we left off in the previous episode, and thank you to any of you that did take a look and watch that first episode I did. I really liked this game so far, and I find it really cool. It's just released. So with games I've played and made videos on before, say it be FIFA or FC now, Football Manager, those are older games, a longer series of games. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool to get one in its inception now. And yeah, we'll see where it goes from here. But we are going to address a key point. I'm kind of going to follow... I think I approached in that kind of way in the first episode, kind of showcasing, what's in the game for those of you watching. If you're just wondering about the game, as I noticed for my views, there was a lot of views just for searches of the game. So yeah, you might be just wondering what it's like. So it almost have that tutorial feel. Not that I'm an expert of the game, but just seeing, you can see what's possible in the game. But considering this is one of those situations right here, like we sacked our assistant, we wanted a better one, so we can go through that process right now. So if we hover over to recruitment and we search by filters, this is really a similar process for searching for players as well. So what we're going to do, I believe, you would expect they would be under sports management, and then you can go position, and then assistant coach. Like I said, all these things are very accessible. Like, I feel like I haven't, like, when I thought I wanted to do something or I need to do something, the option is there to do it, not where I've been confused or I don't know where it is. So yeah, if you're in the same boat, sports management, if you're looking for assistant or any other of those respective roles, and then you just search. And I love that you can just sort by rating. And then you got some options. I mean, considering where Liverpool will go, I expect best option. I'm like, do you go with someone with a face or not a face? I go, is there deeper attributes? There's full profile. Once again, I've been tending to dismiss these because there's pretty obvious if you want to check out the other stuff. Okay, I see. That's what I mean. There's going to be a lot of details to this because I didn't know like the coaches and just staff would have this much depth in their attributes. And you've got there's stars there to like indicate, that's an important attribute for that role. So he looks, I don't think you can really deny them attributes. Speciality? Okay. So it's not just attributes. You can see the impact they'll have, like the style of assistant they would be right here. So where does he lead? Even though they're all very high, he leads in communication and motivation. I like motivation. Yes, this is Mustafa Sahin of Turkey. If we go back, so what I've noticed, once you click on their profile, I don't think you can really approach. You write to, if you want to, like same for players, if you want to offer, put them in a short list, the actions are really from this screen right here. I don't think you can when you hover over to the profile, but you just press hire. Offer a contract. So agent says, I represent Mustafa Sahin. My client is open to joining the position you propose. He aspires to a salary of 430K a year for 2 years. But he's top of the line. So let's drop that. What if you do it just below, like 420? And for 2 years? We got to experiment and see how this game will flow with, the offers and see how agents react. So if we offer that, my client accepts these. See, this is where we can experiment. And maybe it wasn't the best, but we'll see going forward. Maybe just offer a little, like I did right here. You offer a little bit less, 420. They wanted 430, and 2 years. So that's reasonable. But how far can you go in terms of offering below what they're requesting. So yeah, that's where the experimenting of a different game comes into it. And then from other situations, I've noticed you'd get something in your inbox as you continue after a contract situation happening. So yeah, in terms of the previous offers we've got, what's that? 86 overall. Yeah. So we just reject these. Especially for the first season, I want to go in fairly strong. I want to keep our eyes on. Okay, back on. I touched on this in the previous episode. Yeah, let's upgrade. I'm surprised the stadium is not holding up with the other things we have at a top level. So they'll be building that, and they got days remaining. Oh, it's just these little neat, yeah, that's cool. Like if there wasn't days remaining and then you just get a message, say, oh, it's complete. At least you can kind of plan that club vision. Oh my God. No, you can. You can suggest a playing style. See, wow, I love that. Maybe it was up to me. I didn't check this out. You can have a preferred playing style and see how it impacts the fans. I thought I was pumped up after the first episode. Boy, oh boy. Counter-attack, probably not. Can we do a high press? And you can, high press, transfer policy. Oh, you can have so much control. You can demand your manager. Oh my God. This is amazing. You really do have so much control. So do not sign. Oh, that's a tough one. I'm going to tick off that. Apply culture change. Once you applied, you won't be able to for another 2 months. See, even that sounds realistic. This is pretty realistic right here because you don't want to you don't want to. That's probably something you shouldn't be doing. They're just changing it willy-nilly. Even though if you're just experimenting with a new game, we'll do that. Wait, cancel. I don't know how many of these you're going to be able to change. I want to put do not sign players over 33. We'll apply that, but does that mean we can also... See, look at the importance. Can you control that? The importance rating of it? Or does that just come naturally? Oh, if you disable this culture, fan anger will increase by 12%. I love how specific it is. There's murmurs. Okay, so you can kind of be careful because the unrest reduces stadium attendance and therefore your income. So... Oh my God, there's so many things you want to keep track of. So yeah, this is one. So from institution to club vision, you want your fans to be happy. So do not sign players over 30. I don't want that ticked. Is that going to make the fans unhappy or not? For me, a 30 or 31-year-old is not a bad signing. That could be, good experience. But over 33, I'm not sure. Yeah, okay, so the rating went up there. I was just questioning for a second. We will see. Once... Maybe we'll get it. Sign only national play... doesn't have to be. Sign players with minimum rating of 60. Oh, that's tricky. Because then young players... Wow. Prioritize young... Yeah, I like to... Let's see what happens after this. But you want talent as well. But I'm always thinking for the future. But if you need if you need an experienced player or just a quality player, renewal policy, do not renew players over 32. Oh, that's an interesting one. Because what if you have a star player our goalkeeper and centre back? I'll take that one off. I was going to say, does that mean once the fans, that's getting worse as the percentage goes up, so they're not getting happier. So you want to keep that low. Wow. Do not renew players over 35. Hopefully they can understand this reasoning. Maximum 1 year for over 30? Oh, not necessarily. Because, there's different levels. You could have some star players at that age. Maximum 20% raise. Maybe not. Because you might have a star that's really developed and you don't want to Like if the player is what is it like demanding that, and you can't, and they're not going to give it to him. If I put in that rule, we'll play offensively. I thought that might make the fans happy. Yeah, offensive, possession based, with high pressing. Come on. Who said I can't put my foot in or put my mark tactically? We'll do it with the club vision. Bet on youth. I think there's a difference between that and prioritize young signings. Salary cap 70%. The wage bill must not exceed 70% of revenue. I'll keep that for now. A lot of this demand profitability on each transfer window. If you disable this culture, fan anchor, we can't make the fans more angry. Fans, affordable tickets. I increased the prices ever so slightly, but this is something we'll come back to. I don't think I did too well there, though, if we're up to 44%. But no, it's all experimenting and learning the game. Now, yeah, let's progress a bit more. And if you see the contracts here, we do have players running out. Oh, there's so much to manage. That's good. That's a good thing, by the way. Okay, once more, we get an idea. So if you just straight out reject an offer, you'll see improvements, right? But see, Juan Cruz Escobar, 86, 34 years old, though. I want to get a feel of my players first. That's the issue. That's the issue right here. Sorry if I'm just rejecting them straight up. But my thing here, is the manager able to accept deals? Because I tell you what, as a manager, if my director of football was just rejecting like a player I wanted to sell, yeah, there could be a lot of storylines within that. But for now, we're going to be rejecting. Hello, Presidente. Again, there's a thing with the language still. Obviously, it's not like I selected a wrong language because majority of the language you see is in English. So that's just a little thing I'm noticing. David E. Scout him first. I'm like, who is this? Yeah, that's reasonable. Presidente. So back here, so there's the season tickets campaign as well here. I already made slight changes to that in the first episode, so I'll leave it as is. And I want to get into some more matches to see what we're doing, like Trafford. Again, I just thought for a second, I see Trafford, like Old Trafford, Manchester United, trying to be logical. But the quality, I would say, is just a bit under United's quality, but it's 86 overall. So I said that I don't want to fall into that trap. Gerard's being played out of position, and I'll call him that, Gerard. But see, if you look at our ratings, let's see how we go. A few yellows early. Once more, you can't press anything right here. And we go behind. Getting some corners, nothing coming from him. Forsberg come on. He scored in a game in the last episode, in the first episode. Friendlies, mind you. So 1-0 is probably not the bet that we still took 13 shots. Watch expiring contracts. We'll keep our eyes on that. Again, I do like how fast-paced it is. There's not generally too many interruptions. So yeah, we can get into another match. Madrid. So you might get a feel to who this is. They got a 90 rated striker and an 88 rated left winger. So see, this is where we compare to the other star teams. Our stars, obviously, our centre back in Lewis, which I think we kind of get a feeling that's meant to be VVD. He's Scottish, by the way, if you don't remember or you didn't see the first episode. And now we're playing 5 at the back. Both teams are playing. Very interesting. Let's see how this game goes. I'm worried about their attack, mind you. Oh, Campbell with the goal. And Campbell again, then Todd. It's 3-0 Madrid at Anfield. Let's go. They got one back. 4 and then 2 goals absolutely flying in this preseason match. Escobar, that's the name, I'll tell you what. Escobar. So I like, in this match, we had less possession, but all of our shots were on target. Tidy game. Not bad. For a 40% possession game, we kicked 5. So, okay, if we go to our staff, was that guy... Yep, he's in. Sahin is in. 89 rated. So that tells me, okay, because we've played a few games now, I can see where maybe we don't have strengths, like, who's our best rated players within the selections. If we were going to make an offer, I'd say I don't think we need him anyway. I just wanted to kind of test so we can see how our balance is sitting, like how much we have to spend. That's fair. So I knew that will kind of be the case. But look, we're nowhere near. So we need to lower our values a little bit. And once more, especially if they're looking at playing Gerrard on the wing, like sure, he might have that in his positions. See, look, I love how I'm thinking that. And then you can go look at it and see the relevant positions. Like literally, my thought was, okay, how good is he at playing left wing? Because that's where he's been playing out of position. And then suitability, that's like right in our focus. Told you. It's nice. But back on that screen, what I was looking at, like our start. So my thought was, okay, do we have a centre mid or a DM? Who's our best? Marcus Griffiths. I would like a star in the middle of the pitch, but considering what our finances is like, looks like we've got players there. Okay, let's sort by position here. How's our left back sitting? We're almost weak at left back. How's right back? Or right back, we need to target a right back. So there we go. See, again, you just can follow the script, not a script, but kind of what you need. So we'll go to the filters, look for a right back. I'll keep it simple. Ooh, is there any transfer listed? Bro, is this guy transfer listed and he just signed? He must have done something wrong. Okay, we get an idea there. Maybe someone that's not too old. Maybe we'll go like a 23-year-old. Let's see what the ratings are like. Mark Lewis. Okay, he's English. Obviously, we don't recognize these teams. Hounslow. And sorry if some of these names are like English, they're like if they're towns or cities in England or whatever, and I just don't know them and they connect to an obvious team. I'm from Australia, so I would like to be able to click on the club because you can see the club, but you can't click on it. But they are another first division team. And I was right. See, I'm using Google. So Hounslow is, sorry if I'm saying it wrong, is it close? Who knows? So that's a town in England. West London. If you are from England, you don't need me telling you probably. And just trying to connect that with a Premier League club, Brentford comes up. But see, am I going to do this for every single player? But I guess it just gives you a bit more knowledge to get an idea of the level of the player. But anyway, Mark Lewis, he looks nice. Well, I didn't even have a proper look at his attributes. Oh, he needs to be... it needs to be scouted. Add to the watch list. And maybe we'll do 2, so we can compare options. And maybe someone... there's some... See, I find myself gravitating towards the team names that are real. Like, look, there's Sevilla, Sunderland, Bournemouth, Villarreal. So there's still a decent amount of those. Okay. Let's sort by the, not youngest, but younger. So we can start to compare a bit. Okay. Michael Oakley at Wolves for a 19-year-old. View profile. And again, you don't really get too much of an idea until you do scout them. You can go off market values, which I did touch on a little bit in the first episode, just, when it comes to a youngster. And no, we're not going too young anyway, because we're looking for an established player, but maybe, someone not older than 29. Ricardo Vega, out of our price range. And again, someone still local. There's Christopher Lundgren. Sounds Swedish, is Swedish. But he's playing in the first division. He's playing the first division with Sunderland. You might just find me using the wordings of the game, like first division instead of Premier League. But a star. See, is that a star for his team? I would expect. We'll scout him. One thing I would like, again, these are like little feedback type things. If once you click on something there, that doesn't go off. So you can click on scouting and add to watch list, and then you leave that screen. I know these are little things, but I feel like it would just make processes a bit quicker. These are very, very minimal complaints at this point. But as you know, I was looking for the right backs. I'm also going to go to Scouting Center, new target, and then, we can go really specific. For now, okay, I don't know if this is to do with our scouts. I feel like I've only seen English and Spanish teams. Yeah, that might be where the game is at this point. So, okay. Yeah, I was like, hold up. So, yeah, we'll leave it as any. League, any. See, financially, it probably was. I've realized that now. Yeah, our stadium upgrade probably impacted how much we have left remaining to use on transfers. So maybe someone who's at least a starter, or maybe no, a star. Oh, I'll do that. I'll see, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean they are going to be a world-class player. Maybe they're a star for their team. Yeah, we'll see. But position, or is it that there'll be a star in our team? Maximum age, maybe a 31-year-old, like I was selecting earlier with the rules for signings. Like, yeah, a 30 or 31-year-old is not bad, and we'll create a target. Like, especially very, very early on. Not just in this series, but in this game, in a very brand new game. Just want to show you these different options we can do. All right. We got to play a match. If this was 3 days ago. So, okay, scouting complete. We've got more. Okay, we've got multiple. Again, see, I'm not going to complain. It sounds all right, Presidente. But okay, it makes sense now. I've realized, yeah, the team... Like there's teams or the leagues in England or Spain. So maybe they're just sharing the load. Barcelona want to sign Anthony Campbell once more. Where's he on our list? He's not even in the top rated. But how old is he? Or Anthony Campbell. I think we pronounce like Anthony. He's 26-year-old. He's a star, is he? But maybe 81 is better than I'm giving credit for. It would give us a bit more transfer budget to work with, though. 81. Who else do we have in left mid? See, I feel like I'm treating this as a manager, but maybe, not maybe. It is a role of the, director to make these decisions. See, we don't have, but the thing is, I got to realize what our manager is doing tactically. That was at least in a friendly game. He was playing that, Log Gerard on the left. And he might be being played ahead of Campbell. This is where you got to notice, what is your manager doing? But this is only pre-season. It's only pre-season games. And he seems relatively versatile. Like, in terms of his ratings for the position he can play, for me, that's a good mix for my very, very early opinions on the game. And what I learned, with transfers before. Again, the Gibson, like, he's not... we're just going to reject him. Because, 30, we're not going to get an 86-year-old goalkeeper. 86-year-old goalkeeper, what am I talking about? 86 rated goalkeeper. I had age in mind, you understand. 34. that's why he's, not valued as higher. But so yeah, it's going to be hard to get someone that quality. So Campbell, I look at his value's 35. I'm going to reject that up front and see if they come back with another offer, because I'm almost there. If they get closer to 50, ooh. Yeah, this is where the fun comes into it. See, we're still so heavy on negotiating as part of our role. David Eagle, oh yes, he before I was searching for players or set that scouting assignment, forget about that was early, Bermudez. He was the highest rated player. So who was that? David Egan. But he says just signed. Did Villarreal just sign? They must have signed. It's too late, mate. We were too late. See, why? I am so curious to how much the manager does, or the head coach, as it's called in the game. That's it's not like, I know he's a bit younger, but it's not like we just missed out on a superb player or anything. But yeah, I wonder how much the manager is doing, because if we go to history, there's been no movements. Is it still all on you? Is something we're going to learn as time goes. Nottingham, they were one of the other friendlies, right? The preseason games. I remember selecting them. So this will be a very intriguing game. It's like another judgment, not to just how we're playing, but what is the manager doing? See, he is actually playing Campbell here. Oh, when I was talking about the wingers, in this formation, I was thinking they were using a centre mid position, but they're still using the wingers there. Get Escobar playing. Forsberg, he kicked the goal. See, our strikers are not incredible. Okay, that's our team. See, I don't think we've got a title challenging team like this, right? Early on, but yeah, let's see how we do against Nottingham. I think Lewis, the 89 rated defender really, really helps. Again, let's just say, he's our VVD. Forsberg scores again, though. I was saying his rating's not the highest. He's probably our form striker in pre-season. Oh, number 2. Oh, yeah, he is. Ooh, a late conceded goal, but we do round up 2-1. And, we scroll up. But Forsberg scores on the 33rd, on the 62nd. You would have to say he's on scoring form pre-season, and it looks like there's been games where we really struggle to get possession. But, again, pre-season, maybe, we've got to wait and see how we perform during the season. Yeah, the season proper. That's Forsberg with a brace. Happy with his work. Is he? Oh, it's so crazy. It's not like, okay, it's still going to be in the manager's control. I could think he's doing amazing, but what can I do? Offer him a contract? Not try and sell him? Not too much outside of that, but it's good to see a win. Banking, loan. I don't want to get into the loan business just now. I want to see how we are going to generate money throughout the whole season. Look at our projected balance. So, we'll keep our eyes. Okay, I want to keep our eyes on the bank balance to see how much it's increasing or decreasing. The expenses, I should have took a look when we went on at the specific number for the stadium. Oh, here we go. We've got sponsors. So, funnily enough, stadium naming. Is there any specifics? I was thinking about achievements on, but it doesn't seem that's the case. So that's a commitment of 5 years. It seems like they're just all, okay. This one is 6, hold up. Premium. Okay, 2032. Okay, that first one I clicked on was to 2031. That's 120. Yeah. So for the most part, if Fast Track Digital is out of the equation, we'll lock in Display Master, Premium. Smart device tech. Yeah. That sounds very current, very modern. Okay, that's pretty cool. So that's 1 on 1. Shirt sleeve. All crispy cheap. Oh, okay. Yeah, these have got a bit more variety in their prices, on their offers. Okay, so annual base 10 mil. We might go Fitline clothing. I'm so basic. I'm just going accepting the most money. Oh, well. Oh, we've got 10 out of 9 for the billboards. One more than we're allowed. It's Liverpool. But yeah, back on the stadium. Now it's the 39 out of 60 days. I'll tell you what, I really like the look of all this, man. Like, it's presented really well, the game. We've got a signing recommendation. You can also press stop. Yeah. Transfers coming in. Okay, where are we? So these are the offers we've got. So Aranda, that's reason. No, I'm going to reject. It's hard. See, it's hard when you don't know the players by name. You want to get to know them during the season. Like, you want to see what they do during the season. That Anthony Campbell, I said 50. Let's counter. Why not? Amboya Castilla Suarez from Barcelona. I've offered 49 million for Anthony Campbell. What price are we going to ask for a 26-year-old? But he's 80. See, I looked at remember before I was saying it looks like he can play multiple positions. What if we go 55? No, it's a bit more of an increase, especially from their first offer, but send that. That's too much for Anthony. You have to lower the price to sell him. Then 53, then we count at the 54. Come on. This is going to be a negotiation. Okay, don't get too excited. It's one player, but send counter offer? Mate. 53.5. Meet us halfway. Okay, I say they're being strict. They've upped a lot from their very first offer for him, right? So do we just, can we do a little, about 0.25? See, this is also, like I said earlier, to get an idea of the game with negotiating, what kind of works, what doesn't. But I'd love it also if not one way works all the time. Then it gets too FIFA-like, too FC-like. I was going to say that's annoying, but maybe they've got a limit they want to pay. So fine. 53 mil for 80 overall. But again, let's not compare it to other games' ratings. I feel maybe we could do something with that money, though. Considering his market value is 35, and if we're getting 53? What do you mean? 50, isn't that what I... Price you demand 53. So that was me. Okay, that's too... What do you want to pay? So we receive 49. Okay, I don't want to get... So anytime a price is shown, that's just saying what we offered. Okay, fine. 52. Okay, there we go. In the end, we... But see, that was a learning process of a more deeper negotiation than we've had before. So anyway, yep, 35 million worth, market value, and recommended. That's the recommended, mind you. We got recommended 35 million. And we demanded 52 and we got it eventually. Oh, I think that was a good piece of business. That just opens a bit of space and a bit more money and maybe a position to target a replacement. No. Essentially, Virgil van Dijk, that's who he is. Let's not pretend. Let's not pretend we got to reject. Like, look at that. I get it's his age. That's where the age comes into it. So we'll reject. One thing I like, it's very sharp. Once you agree with the deal, like, sure, it might be realistic to have like deals falling through. We'll see if that happens or not. But no, I don't mind that. See, okay, with the game coming, we'll get into like the first game of the season. We'll see how far. But Now, I kind of want to see how we line up now. That will give me an idea what we need to target, I think. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you can see how it's that Liverpool money. We'll make back those expenses. So we're just getting repeated offers, and we just have to go through the reject. It would be good if you could just reject all offers for a player, but is that realistic? Ken Burke, a right wing back. But we were chasing. Oh, we were looking for right backs, and we had a good. I was locked in on Lloyd Gilbert and Clifford Murphy. I'm like, oh, we need better right backs. Well, that's probably a good reason not to sell Ken Burke. I want to see what he looks like. See, he's better as a winger. But what if the manager is not going to use him as a winger? See, tell me about this. This is a new game. You probably don't know. But he's got a higher rating as a winger. So I assume he does have those attacking attributes, apart from finishing decent. But he's mad quick. No, pacey. But bro, it's not FC. You're not going to be able to abuse pace. You're not in control of that. In general, that type is still very important. And Aranda... No. Like I said, teams are coming for these players for a reason. No. No, Ken Burke. But also rejecting offers has been shown for teams to keep increasing offers. Keep that in mind as well. So let's go. Leeds. So first Premier League, first division game of the season. Like I said, let's see how we line up. I don't like him playing Gerrard out of position and losing 10 rating, but remember we looked at his attributes or the positions he can play, and I thought he could play there. Like he wasn't that different from his centre attacking mid rating, from my memory anyway. And our preseason striker that been scoring, Todd's playing ahead of him. So that's what I mean. I want to see what the team's looking like at the moment. So yeah, Burke will be starting right wing back. Gives us an idea what we need to target. So maybe we might need to get it. But the thing is, it's getting interesting. I'm like, if we sign a better left winger, will that force him to play Gerrard maybe as... But he's a cam, not a centre mid. So, there's so much thought process. I'd expect to win against Leeds, though. Some shots on target. That's for Todd. Yellow card. Todd's looking dangerous. That's 0-0 at half time. Is that a red card, Donovan? What the hell is this game? Lewis scores after we conceded. Then we concede. Golly gosh. That's a bit disappointing. It wasn't. That took us through the motions a bit. Well, losing against Leeds on the opening day does not look good at all. Fitness. No, I don't want... Can I say anything? I don't think I can. Or any play you just click on. Okay, you can talk to play. Okay, hold on. Sean Donovan. So, okay, this is not directly fitness. So maybe that could be updated. Let's just say go to squad. All right, Sean Donovan, you got to accept... Like, we can't accept that. We can't accept sending offs. So we need to have a chat, mate. We need to have a chat. You're really enjoying it. It's okay. It's either dressing room atmosphere or personal motivation. Let's say, how's your own motivation? Like, you can't directly address his sending off. That's what I mean. Once we actually get into the season, we'll start to uncover some things, more things we like, maybe some things we don't like. What's his role? Come again. He says he couldn't be happier. This project, yeah. So okay, you can't really have too deep of a conversation at this point. Or economy. I just want to see, how financial. So our bank balance now, yep, it's 120 mil. So 120 mil. It's heading in the right direction. But I'm always interested on the limits. Like, is that amount that shows when we go into a transfer now? Oh, there's number potential. There is number potential. Mark Lewis. Okay, so that's tidy. Like, we get an exact potential number. Don't mind that. I'm not going to sign him right here. Okay. There's no transfer budget. You just have a whole balance, but that does not mean you splash everything on a transfer. Oh my God, there's so much you got to deal with. Like, yeah, sure, I knew that, but it's like seeing it all put together and you're like, oh yeah, you got to make these decisions. You kind of have to mentally realize how much you spend on transfers. Yeah, okay. And how much you're going to need for, other day-to-day stuff in the club. Okay, yeah, this is going to be fun. Sure, it's not nice losing the first game, but I wanted to go into that game. Well, not to lose, of course. The sending off didn't help. We had some early shots on target. Could have been a different game. But yeah, I wanted to go into the game and see, maybe where we can spend some of that money now. We can have a bit to spend. And it seems like we are making that profit. Again, as a team like Liverpool, I expect we do. And hopefully even more so after increasing the stadium. So yeah, this game, it just has a nice flow to it. And the positive thing is like, I'm not going to be hounded for tactics or anything like that or play style. We just have to work on more not manager things, but director of football management to impact results. So I think we definitely need to make at least one signing, if not two. So keep your eyes out for that in the next episode, and hopefully we continue in the Premier League and get some wins and push up the table. Don't forget, I gave the expectation of top 2 to the players before the season started. So, we got to get going. I'm going to leave it there. Leave a like if you're enjoying the game and this save so far. Yeah, a lot more of this coming. I feel so easy. Like, I feel like it's so easy to get into this game and enjoy it. I was actually questioning this earlier, how much I am enjoying it or building it up. Like, because I'm doing videos on it, but I feel like I'm genuinely really, really enjoying the game. Like, it's a type of game I would play if I didn't make videos. Like, if it was just a non-football game and I didn't have a channel for it. Yeah, I like how the flow of the game is going and it's in its early days, like I said earlier. So, let's see where we go with it. Again, hopefully enjoying it. Follow the journey and I'll see you in the very next episode.